is a project that has been developed by the national networks of ecovillages in Europe. We got together because there was a growing demand for incubation processes for new ecovillages. A lot of requests of how the national networks could assist in making new communities grow.
Moving into a more collective or communal situation requires an individual to develop skills on each level and learn how to find mutually beneficial ways of meeting their own needs and the needs of others and the group. Caring for each other in this way is also one of the 3 basic permaculture ethics: people care. By giving attention to needs from a broad and collective perspective, focusing on the abundance of giving and receiving, groups can create a social reality where everyone can take care of themselves, the others, the group, and the project in mutually supportive and beneficial ways. This might sound desirable or even beautiful, but it is not always easy. Meeting needs in collective ways is the opposite of what many people have learned growing up in individualistic cultures, telling them to compete for what they need, fighting against each other, led by a belief of scarcity in resources, lack of security, affection, and recognition. Embracing a more collaborative approach to meeting needs in mutual ways requires a degree of trust and confidence which is not always present at the beginning of a project, and that can be challenged by conflicts along the way. In order to create or transition to a culture of sharing, mutual support, care, and collaboration, each person in a project is likely to sometimes need support in understanding and experiencing that caring for their own and other people's needs is often the same thing. This process requires introspection, questioning implicit and explicit beliefs, and opening the mind and heart to new experiences. Going through it in community makes it easier and allows people to grow through mutual support and actual experiences of a different way of being together. Community is an elementary in vast majority of group projects. Groups that foster community spirit and the sense of belonging have a stronger collective identity. Groups need to ensure that people meet in diverse setups, both formal and informal, to create the necessary cohesiveness, the glue of the community. Communication should be direct, honest, pure, kind, with good listening being just as important as speaking skills. Transparency is encouraged. Deep sharing, meaningful rituals, celebrations, and joyful activities are all elements of a well-functioning community. Official meetings deal with administrative, operative, and social issues and need to be well organized and facilitated. All groups encounter challenges once intimacy develops, either close friendships or romantic feelings. Conflicts arise no matter how much care is taken to avoid them. It is better to have methods of conflict resolution prepared in advance than to look for them once the conflict is already ablaze. Intention is like an arrow with the tip pointing to a desired direction and with fletchings stabilizing the flight. Group projects with good sense of direction and relying on creativity, adaptability, and resilience usually have stable progress. Communicating with the outer world is part of a truly sustainable group, a fundamental element in the system's dynamics. The intention of a group project gives direction, rhythm in its development, generates the movement necessary to realize and act in the field that is chosen. Thus, the intention further positions the project in a broader society. The vision describes the kind of world we wish to leave to the next generation. The mission defines the contribution of the project when going in that direction. Objectives are concrete ways to achieve this. All group projects need tools for self-regulation and adaptation. Intention is shaped through interactions with the surroundings and good networking with the local community. Structure is in many ways the most complex layer of a functional group project. Setting it up and maintaining it demands high level of strategic thinking and patience. The larger the group, the more it has to incorporate governance, decision-making, legal statutes, project management, economic organization, etc., etc. These aspects of group dynamics have a powerful function. They safeguard people from unnecessary and even destructive stress. The broad concept of structure refers to the practical level of how the group is organized in terms of governance, decision-making related with access to information, property, legal and economic organization. It also deals with interpersonal aspects related to rank and leadership, powerful mottos of the group, as well as potential resources of conflict and distribution. The challenge is to create structures that are solid and coherent enough to support the group's intention without oppressing or limiting the ideal vision in a rigid way. The structure is an important tool also to protect the group from legal problems that may arise with the external world. The key issue behind the structure is the decision-making process that should empower all members and distribute power in a balanced way.